Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Mastermind Creations reformatted R-48N Optus Nox. Their repaint of Optus Pexus, who is, well, of course, a good old Nemesis Prime redeco. We're going to put them off to the side real quick so we can look at the box. And yep, the box here, you can see, well, it's Optus Nox. He got his blade there. He's, stretching his hand and everything. Got the whole weird circular background grid pattern. Of course, the 10th anniversary of reformatted here on the little sticker there. His name, Field Commander, Mastermind Creations, and ages 16 plus. On the top here, you have, well, more pictures of Optus Nox, or a picture, I should say. On the side, you have, well, the name and another picture. On this side, you have red, but with name and another picture. On the bottom, of course, you have warnings and whatnot. And the back, you have the good old product shots and all that stuff there. Of course, comes with instructions, which, again, pretty easy to figure out for the most part. There is a couple new things. I believe they've added a couple new things for these over to the Nox or the Pexus version, but not really a whole lot. It just shows you, some of the extra stuff that he comes with that Pexus doesn't. But yeah, it's actually the exact same transformation because it even has the old Pexus head. Yeah, and it also shows you the articulation, and hey, look, it shows you one of the new things, or at least a photo of the new thing right there. And hey, look, their Ignis from their upcoming Maximus Pro, the Defensor. A couple shots of that, which I'm very excited for. Also comes with the collector's card. I think it's plastic. Yeah, it's, got, again, that picture of him holding a sword. And on the back, you got tech specs. That's it. No comic this time. There you go. Yeah. So Nox here, they're essentially a Nemesis Prime repaint, which is always expected. Yep, is once again the exact same Cybertronian big old truck thing. He, of course, rolls. He's got 6 wheels. Wheels picked out with a very dark gray, almost gunmetal-esque, very different grays and stuff. Rather than silver, it's very much a gunmetal gray for most, like the smoke stack, or I guess not smokestacks, but exhaust pipes and whatnot. You got some red for the windows, again, translucent red, very nice, a little bit of red paint right there for the little lights there, and up here as well. There you go, all that stuff, and yeah, a little bit of gray there. And of course, in the bottom, you can see some robot mode stuff, but yeah, again, rolls really well. And of course, you can see his guns can, once again, tab into the top here, if you'd like. Storing up there just nicely. They're still black. All that stuff, if you like. I also noticed this one actually does kind of fit overall together better than the Optus Pexus version that I have. Yeah, overall fits a bit better together, at least in this mode. Yeah, you can see also, I got the bits of like the Matrix handles like stored here, and all of the little arm cannons stored here. You can all store here. In fact, honestly, again, I find the tabs are a little snugger to the point of this thing. I was complaining about these tabs right here because they show off the guns can tab onto here and stuff, and I was complaining it doesn't really work on the Pexus version. Well, here, if you can get the right line it up right, it actually works decently. They actually peg on. See, they actually peg on. I can feel it's noticeably it's noticeably better than on Pexus, so that's a good thing. So they actually stay on. That's good. Yeah. So yep. So yeah, vehicle mode is pretty good. Again, and once again, just like a lot of things, just better in black. The black and red color scheme really helps it. And yeah, I guess compare real quick to Pexus. You can see, yeah, they are same mold all the way through, just different colors. Just again, I think, yeah, Nox really carries this well. That's the only comparison I'm really going to do with this guy. He does have a couple other accessories which don't really, for the most part, don't really function in this mode. I mean, you can kind of BS the sword storage, like the sword and the clip here. You can kind of BS it because, yeah, you just you can clip that on because it's supposed to tab on here in robot mode, and you can kind of like just kind of balance it there if you like. Kind of works. You can kind of put it here, and it kind of sucks in. Only problem is, yeah, it's kind of tenuous and you're kind of BSing it and it doesn't look great. But you can it kind of frictions on a little bit. It's not really particularly strong, but can kind of friction on here. But yeah, it's just, you can kind of BS storage, but really that's about it. Yeah, so transformation, I'm going to go ahead and transform this guy real quick. If you really need to know how to do it, one, it's simple, and two, I did make a video on Optus Pexus. The transformation is identical, so I'm not going to bother going through the whole thing. I'm just going to get this done real quick. Yeah, this is Optus Nox in his robot mode. And yeah, again, you can see very much, well, he is very much a black and red repaint of Pexus. And yeah, again, the silver has been changed to more of a gunmetal color overall. And yeah, just, you got more teal showing up here and whatnot. And yeah, you can see that. Yeah, there's also the head there. Yeah, it comes with a damaged faceplate head, which can show him very much, I guess, yelling in anger or whatever. Yeah, you got the reds and stuff, blacks and teals, and this weird, it's almost maroonish, purplish color right here. It's kind of neat looking. It's very different from the other reds and stuff. But yeah, you got the teal or the gunmetal, yeah, all that stuff. And on the back again, cleans up really nicely overall. It's got a bit of a backpack, but it's kind of supposed to be there. And there you go. Yeah. Nox here. This took a figure I was already really liking and takes it to another level. Just again, I think it's just one of those, black repaints just are always my jam, and yeah, this is no exception. And he looks really nice overall. Again, he's still kind of got that weird, because of all his posability, he's kind of sometimes be a fiddly just because when you want him just standing straightforward like this. Another thing is, in the original transformation video, I don't think I told people. I think I told people to do it like the arms like this. Shoulders really should be down like that for the most part. But yeah, looks really nice like this. And again, yeah, you got the whole gun arms and stuff. And yeah, the matrix pieces can, tab onto the hip skirts. Although, yeah, again, probably should just remove this and everything else that you can when you're doing this. If I can get my fingers in there. You also notice, weirdly enough, if you put them on one way, they're kind of loose. But if you put them on the other way, dead solid. It's weird. So basically, yeah, just flip it around. If it goes on and doesn't tab on properly, if it feels like it's a little loose, so flip it around, it probably will fix it. Yeah, there's that. Looks really nice overall. Really like it. Of course, he's got a couple of good accessories. Of course, his guns, which, once again, you can untab those and extend that out and flip out the handle. Do all that stuff. Same thing. This one only comes with 2 black guns, no gray gun bonus or anything. Of course, once again, you can open up the hand and, slot in the handle, tab in the hand. You know the drill. Yep, and again, tabs in very securely. And again, I've noticed overall this guy is much tighter than Pexus was, except for this without one. If you remember that I had that leg slider on Pexus that was really tight. This one's fine. This one isn't inordinately tight. It's all just nicely tight, very much so. Everything seems to go together better. It just feels like they made they fiddled a bit and made it just overall better than the first release. Yeah, it's you can hold his guns like that. Of course, you can take the guns and, well, there's this slot here and peg it on to here. That slot right there, have them on the back if you want. All that sort of thing, although for some display you can't really do that too much. But yeah. Then, of course, other thing is, I'm going to get this. is the matrix, which unfortunately you have to untransform it a bit to get in there. And you can open that up though, and look, there's the matrix, and you just kind of get your finger on that and pull it out, and don't drop it this time. And of course, yep, reattach the handles and all that stuff. This one, again, this is a really nice looking matrix. Really nice looking, if I can, yeah, because it's, you know, it's that darker gray stuff and stuff, it's silver, and yeah, it's a purple gem. Really like that. It's a really nice looking purple gem overall. Really dig how it looks. And of course, yeah, once you get it all settled back in. And of course, you've got little slots there. You can totally hold it, no problem. You can, yeah, you have to, I believe it's only, you can't do all the fingers, but you can do some of them. Yeah, you kind of have to do the whole, you have to actually use the posability to get them to hold it properly. Oh no, you have to actually utilize posability. Yeah, you can hold it both hands. You know, I'm not going to do the whole thing, but yeah, you can hold it both hands, no problem. You can bring his arms forward, hold it, you know, hold it over his head, all that stuff. Yeah. Posability. His head is on a ball joint, so left and right, up and down, lots of wiggle, and there's a little bit of a neck joint that can go back a bit, and the platform it's on can also go back if you need him to look way, way up for whatever reason. The thing is, the neck is also on a swivel down here, but also because of the ball joint, so sometimes the neck moves with it, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes it can reset funny. Of course, you got the all the way around on there. That just came off for some reason, probably because I was messing with things. All the way around, you got outward, you got that outward, you got a bunch of, yeah, bunch of stuff there. You got a little bit of forward, not a whole lot, unfortunately. This is what's always been the big complaint about this mold, is just there's a little bit of forward and back on there, but not a whole lot. That kind of sucks. You got a bicep swivel right there. Elbows can dual hinge, bend that far forward. Ow, you can pinch your finger in there. Of course, the wrist can swivel. Get out of the way really quick. Wrist can swivel, and it can go inward and outward like that. So there's a lot of posability there. And of course, once again, hands. You got a ball joint at the base of the thumb, which can go, you know, that's a law of range, and of course a cut there, so it can go like that. Got a hinge and two hinges, one at the base and one mid thumb, and of course all the fingers, multiple hinges here. You got, of course, the hinge at the base. All the fingers are the same, so you got the hinge at the base. Get this out of the way. There you go. Hinge at the base, another hinge, and another hinge. So 3 hinges, plus the hinge inside the hand, which lets it splay. So you got a lot of range there. A whole lot of range. So you got to get a lot of poses out of those hands, once again. Of course, you got the waist swivel, and then, well, I guess an ab swivel. And of course, this also can crunch in amazing ways. Because you got, you got all that, and then of course you just unclip and extend and all that stuff, and then you got extreme ab crunch. You can bend way down, as you can see, bend way, way down. And all that stuff, and again, lots of posing can be done there between all that jointage. And of course, once again, the hips. Hip skirts can get out of the way, shifting up like that, and outward. These ones can also move up a bit, although again, you're probably going to have to move things out of the way, but they can move up a bit. if you want. Of course, you got the forward. Back only goes so far because of this plate, but you know, got about that much far back, at least with that in that position. You got this joint right here, which, you know, got the upper click, the middle click, and the forward click, which adjusts the range a bit. Like now this can go this far back, and of course this far forward and outward. And if you got it all the way to the downward position, you got that much outward, because then it doesn't bang into this so much. So you got all that way outward there, and it's nice and clicky. You got a thigh swivel, which again, if you adjust position of the hips, you get more range, although this start bangs and stuff. All that stuff right there. Got a lot of range in there, and the hips, of course. Got knees, which of course, double hinge, and you got the piston thing, which you got dual hinge knees, piston, all that stuff. Real nice range there. And the feet, you got forward and back, a lot of it. You got decent amount of ankle tilt. Go with it. You can adjust the position of the foot forward if you need to. And you even, of course, have the toe joint. So yeah, once again, this mold is very posable, just like before. Very posable. That's not all. Actually, real quick though, here he is with an Pexus. See that? Again, pretty much the same mold, just a bit different. Just, you know, different color, and again, some minor tweaking, I guess, to the tolerances. But the big thing here, I guess the big draw, a couple of them. You know, it's a sword, which, you know, I believe is the repaint of the sword that came with their what do they call them? Their weird Nova Prime thing. Yeah, it's a red and gray with the purple matrix handle, and again, he's got a slot in the handle, so pretty easy for us to tab in right there and hold it. He holds it pretty securely as well. And he's got the sword. Really nice looking sword. If you get the positioning right, you can actually have both hands holding it, although again, it's kind of hard to get in a position that it works, because unfortunately, because of the limited butterfly joints. But of course, that's not all. If you decide that you don't want him holding the sword, it comes with the clip, which I showed earlier. And yeah, the clip back here. You got these holes right here, and you got these little tabs inside that. And you just make sure the tabs go on the bottom part. And you just kind of, don't drop that. Just kind of bring that down over, and goes in real nice. Yeah, goes in pretty solid. And the sword can just, right here, there's a spot on the sword which is a little thinner. You just put that part in and just slide it one way or the other. And it just holds the sword in place. Right there behind his back. Done. Now the final pieces, well, not final, there's one more other piece, which is a couple other pieces, which he does also have an alternative faceplate. It's just a standard, standard faceplate, which you just back here you unscrew this and separate it, and then swap them around if you don't want the damage. I'm considering not doing the damage just because I wish the damage had there's more than one, I guess, mouth under the thing, but yeah, that's all it is. But yeah, the other things he comes with are, of course, the cloak, which, yeah, this just slips over his head. Of course, unfortunately, also the cloak really attracts all sorts of stuff. Like I touched it and immediately just, nope, there's stuff on it. Yeah, the cloak, that, and then you got this little thing, this scarf piece, which is made of a rubbery plastic, and then you have to split it and bring it also over. Kind of helps hold the cloak into place as well. Yep, and there you go. So yeah, now he's got the cloak thing, which looks really nice. And the cloak has some metal wiring in it. I think it's metal wiring, but yeah, it's bendable. It helps, so if you wanted to stick in a certain pose, it will stay there. The only thing is, yeah, careful with this metal wiring, because, you know, it will eventually, as you bend it, the more you bend it, the more it's going to get fragile, and eventually it's going to snap and it's no longer going to be posable. So just know that. This is very much for posability, if anything, and it looks really nice. It's with and all this stuff. I really like how this looks. I don't know what it is. I just love this sort of thing. And getting him and Draculus really close together, just kind of, I don't know. It's really nice looking. The cloak does have a particular way. There's two different fabric things. I'm not sure if you can see it very well on the camera here, but one side's shinier than the other. Yeah, you can see there's kind of more felt, softer side, and then this kind of has more rough and it's kind of shinier, and you can also see the seams. Yeah, that part goes inside. So just an FYI on that. Oh yeah, so that's a thing. It's very much a thing. Just, yeah, fortunately, yeah, the fabric does tend to attract anything and everything, and because it's black, it'll show up real nicely on, well, say on camera. Yeah, so yeah, in case you got that whole stuff, the sword's still there. You can leave the guns on the back, although you might want to take them off while you're getting the cloak on, just to get them out of the way. But yeah, you can totally leave the guns on the back if you want. They'll work just fine. Yeah, everything there. So, yeah, that's the really cool thing. That's everything with him. It looks really nice, and the cloaks look really nice. And yeah, I just like this. And yeah, I kind of wish there was a way to kind of get the cloak onto the truck mode, but there doesn't seem to be, at least no easy way, other than just kind of draping it over, which I guess you can say is a tarp, but yeah, it looks kind of weird, because particularly with the hole and everything, but it mostly works. I really do like this, and yeah, it's just really nice. So yeah, that's the thing. So the other thing is, I didn't get this, but if you bought this figure from Planet Steel Express, they also gave a damaged face for Optus Pexus. I did not get mine from Planet Steel Express. I went through the Chosen Prime. So that's unfortunate. So if you really want a damaged face plate for Pexus, well, tough luck if you don't get it from Planet Steel Express. Although I've heard apparently they are planning on releasing it separately at some point for a small cost. So I don't know if that's going to actually happen, but just an FYI in case you don't want to use Planet Steel Express for whatever reason. The reason I didn't, because again, Planet Steel Express always charges up front, so that can be a bit of a pain financially. But yeah, overall, again, takes a really excellent figure I was already pretty much in love with and makes it so much better, just because, again, the black and red repaint plus the cloak and sword and everything, it just looks really nice. I really just love this. They took it and made it even better. They tweaked a couple of the tolerances and stuff on tabs and whatnot, so it's even nicer and tighter, and everything feels good. It's really good. If you haven't even picked up Pexus yet, if you're choosing between the two, definitely go for this one. It has more stuff, and it's only a little bit more expensive. I think it's like $5 more expensive or something like that. It's not much of a difference in price, and it's a significantly better figure, I feel, just because between the paint scheme and just the extras. Yeah, so yeah, I would definitely pick this one up if I were you, if you're choosing between the two of them. But of course, you could also be like me and pick on both of them. So I don't know. Are they going to do, like, say, Shattered Glass repaint? Don't know. Wouldn't surprise me. Mastermind Creations love to do repaint, so who knows? They might not. But yeah, this is a really solid version, and I love it, and definitely recommend picking it up. It's about, I think it was, I want to say it's $115 or something like that, $115, and price won't change much wherever you retail. MMC likes to control the prices a bit and make sure that everyone's on equal footing. So there's that. He's just really good. I highly recommend. He's super posable. You can get him to a lot of things, and in the cloak and stuff just works real. It's so good. It's just really good, and I love it, and definitely pick it up. So that's it. I hope you found this informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitter and my Nemesis Prime 1. Check out my Patreon and Coffee, and I shall see you next time with another video review.